Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It has been, I believe, almost a year at this point. I've been slacking on the YouTube front, but there's been a reason, and I wasn't really enjoying the long form. Is that gonna be? Fuck. Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's been a while, it's been about a year since my last video, I reckon. But there is a reason for my hiatus. I wasn't enjoying making the long form content and I wanted to take a different approach. That's why we got Ben Barber, the great Ben Barber behind the camera. And yeah, just setting up a tripod and kind of filming vlog style wasn't really something that I was enjoying. So kind of sacked it off a little bit and I've been focusing on short form content on Instagram. But we're back, and we're back in a prep. So almost like a season 2 of Why Not Me. If you've watched season 1, you'll know that was my first prep, my first competition, and the story of that season was like a lot of second places, like close but no cigar kind of thing. And the goal this season is obviously to get a win, to rack up some wins, and just be better than the last time. So also the reason why I'm back as well is I've noticed a little bit of a gap in terms of natural bodybuilding on YouTube. Like there's really only 1 or 2 other guys out there that are putting out content for natural bodybuilding. And I want to be somebody who consistently puts out content to help natural bodybuilding, to show what's possible in natural bodybuilding, and document my own journey as well. So that's the reason why I'm back. I started my prep on the 20th of March. I think that was about 13 weeks ago. So I'm just pretty much past the halfway point up until my first show, which is 13 weeks out. UK DFBA, Heart of England show, which I'm excited about, very, very excited about. I've still got plenty of time. I'm ahead of schedule. So yeah, so today is gonna be kind of just showing you a training session. I'm gonna answer a few questions that I was asked on Instagram, and that's pretty much it, guys. So a little bit of an intro to what's been going on, what the goal is with the channel, and also my prep as well. So yeah, stay tuned. Right, before we go to the gym, we're gonna make my pre-workout meal. This is actually meal number 2 of the day. Usually I'll try and have 3 meals, but it's a little bit earlier today in terms of when I'm training. So yeah, we're gonna have cream of rice or ground rice. And I don't know why people don't buy this, because it's cheap as fuck. I literally got this from a Caribbean shop down the road. It cost me £2 for 1.5 kilos. Whereas cream of rice is like 15 quid for 2 kilos. So save money, get ground rice, so much easier. We're gonna have 75 grams, okay? So let me show you how easy it is to make cream of rice. He's hot. It's fucking boiling. Okay.
You're okay, because you're blessed with genetics that suit the heat. Do you know
I'm built for it, bro.
I'm not built for it, mate.
I'm built for it.
I'm from the north, where it's always raining and cold.
There you go. All right, so a lot of people do crazy. That boiled. Restart that, mate. You're gonna have to let it boil. All right, cool. The kettle is now boiled. Almost fucked up my cream of rice tutorial, but guys, it doesn't have to be fucking complicated. And I think if you're making 20-minute videos on how to make cream of rice, you're a bit of a weapon. So literally 75 grams of cream of rice, pour in water. Look at that. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. That's it. I'm gonna let that stand for about a minute. You just mix. It looks runny right now. It looks a little bit runny, but once you let it sit, once you let the water soak in, it'll be all done, all sorted. I also have, because this ground rice is a little bit plain, and AJ, my coach, took out my honey. I just add in a little bit of this, some stevia, like half a teaspoon, not a lot at all. Obviously it just makes it sweet and without having extra calories. So let that sit a little bit longer. Then I'm also gonna add to this blueberries, 150 grams, and also some dark chocolate, 85%, just because the fat content is a little bit higher on chocolates that are like 70%, or like obviously your milk chocolate. This is basically my fat source in the meal. cream of rice is the carbs, blueberries carbs, and some micronutrients, health and all that. So, and alongside that, for your protein source, I'm gonna have some whey, nice and easy, and we're gonna have that just as a shake because I'm still not really hungry. Like I'm still drinking things. Like I'm still drinking my last meal. I'm just not hungry at all. So once you get to a point in prep where you are a little bit hungrier, you're gonna want to have more solid foods and have a little bit more food volume. And that's when people start making things like pastes and protein mug cakes and all that stuff. But I just don't need to do that right now. Guys, as well, if you're on prep, weigh your protein out. Don't, and the same with like any supplement, weigh it out. So don't just throw 2 scoops in, weigh out what you're supposed to have. So I'm supposed to have 60 grams, it's 30, sweet. 60 grams, it's pretty perfect to me, I reckon. It's, yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, good mate. Pretty straightforward.
Fucking baby food. Lovely. Fuck. Now it's because I'm laughing and I can't. Fuck.
Lift your fingers up. There you go.
Right, we're here. We've arrived. Just had my pre-workout. I'm excited. I don't know if Ben's gonna keep it in the footage, but I couldn't blow out a candle. But you know when you start laughing and then you can't get your air out. So that explains that. Before everyone thinks that I'm a pussy.
Skinny bitch.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. So you'll see on this workout, there's a few things that I haven't actually tracked. For example, like preacher curl and rear delt fly. I just don't get too stressed about beating numbers on those. I honestly just go into those sets and just think, just destroy my arms or destroy my rear delts. On the bigger movements, obviously I track the numbers then, but don't feel like you have to track every single number to make progress. Sometimes just taking it to failure is going to be enough. So. All right, so first one we got is a lat pull down, single arm, chest supported. I'm just doing a couple of warm-up sets beforehand. This one, I'm really just making sure I'm pulling down towards my hip. That's the main cue, pull down towards the hip, and also don't let the elbow go way too far behind the spine. So I'm literally just pulling right down here. That's it. Right. Do you want me to read the question out, yeah?
Read it.
All right, cool. So, seeing as this is the first video, I wanted to get some questions from people. People have not asked me any questions. Guys, what the fuck? I got about 5 or 6 questions, and one of them was like, would you rather suck one willy 100 times, or like, it was like, what? Ask me questions about fucking bodybuilding. But look, I know that once I've made a few videos, the questions will get better. But Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, first one. It was anonymous. I don't know why you need to keep this one anonymous because, yeah, at 190 centimeters, how much do I need to weigh to look big? And what I will say is, if you're tall, you just need to make sure that you're patient. You're gonna have to weigh a lot more. In my off season, I think this is about the same height as me. I think I'm like This is like 6'4",
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So in my off season, I got up to 117, and I looked relatively big-ish. But you're probably gonna have to get to at least 115 at that height if you want a definitive answer, and you're probably also gonna have to be pretty lean as well. So there's your answer.
I don't participate, I set my ass right on the bleachers. Arkansas, baby, glizzy blasting through your speaker. They say I'm a demon, but I feel more like a creature. I can't feel my face no more, that walk hard got me stuck. Run around with the gang and post like 4 deep in that truck. Let that boy pull up, I'm smoking shit, I'm down.
Next up, we've got chest supported T-bar, and I love this machine because chest supported means that my low back doesn't really get involved. Which is great, and I can really focus on getting a contraction with my upper back, which is the goal with this one. And this is a really good machine. So I'm just going to do 2 sets on this one, and then move on to my next exercise, which is going to be a row, but it's going to be lat focused. Cool. A quick one for my fellow tall brothers. You'll see that on this machine there's 2 foot plates, but if I put my feet on those plates, it just puts me way too over the pad, and it's just uncomfortable. So don't feel like you're doing something wrong if your feet go next to the machine, if that makes sense. So you'll see on my setup, my feet are literally right next to the actual machine. But it provides me with the most stability, and that's what's most important here. Don't think you have to fit onto the actual machine properly. Just find a position that's actually most stable for you. Oh. Oh. It's horrible. Exercise 3. Can you saw me? Are you good? No, it's because Josh, when I watch his videos, he fucking screams. Yeah, him. He screams, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to record these videos because I don't talk that loud. Like, I'm more reserved than Josh. So,
Nah, we're good.
cool. So, exercise 3, we're going on to a lat focused row. So we just done upper back, gonna go lat, and we literally just rotate it again. So after this one, I'm gonna go back to my upper back, and then lat again, and then biceps. That's pretty much it. This one, again, same setup, 2 sets, top set and back of set, and that's it. Good. So we're going to answer another one of these questions. This one's a little bit more serious, so I'm just going to paraphrase it and break it down a little bit more. But basically, this guy that I know, he has just started training in the gym, and it's really important to him, his health, his fitness, his physique. And he has some friends that are obese, morbidly obese. And these are friends who, and I'm sure you probably know people like this, where they're really fucking unhappy with the way they look, the way they feel, but they just haven't got into actioning anything. So they spend the day like complaining about their weight and all that shit, but they don't do anything. And he obviously cares about these people, and he's trying to encourage them to go on walks, eat better options, but they're just not doing it. So he wants some advice, like, have I ever been in this situation before? And to be honest with you, I'm actually quite a bad person to ask this, because normally, like obviously my job is a personal trainer, right? And that's my job to get people from that state of where they're not happy to them being happy. But in a situation where there's like an acquaintance who constantly complains and moans and doesn't action anything, I just distance myself, to be honest with you. But for the sake of keeping your friends, I think the best thing that you can do in that situation is go through your own transformation, go through those actions of getting happier, changing your physique. And over time, I think those people are gonna watch you and be like, holy shit, that works. He feels better. I'm seeing the result of what he's doing, and it will inspire them. It's kind of the same thing when, like, if you have friends that try and distract you away from your goals, like, oh no, just have one more of this or one more of that, but you stay disciplined, eventually people catch on and get inspired by that. So I think the best thing you can do is just stay on your journey, inspire people, and eventually they will come to terms with it on their own, and they'll go through their process on their own. If you just scream, you're fat this and you're fucking lazy that, it works with a small majority of people. But for most people, they need to actually invest and start their process on their own. Like screaming in their ear like you're David Goggins just doesn't do anything for a lot of people. So stay on what you're doing, just show your friends what's possible, and then hopefully they'll jump on board. Yeah, sorry, that's a little bit long, I'm sorry. Three, two. A little note as well. So I said this so many times when I done that first season of Why Not Me. I said this every single training session, but I'm gonna say it again. In a prep, when you're dieting, you literally should not be getting weaker. That should not happen. And I've had people, like I've been posting videos on my Instagram of me pressing the same weight that I was pressing when I was 12 kilos heavier, or getting stronger. Like this right now is the best I've ever done on this. And I'm 12 kilos lighter than my off season. And I think people enter a diet and they say to themselves, oh, I'm just gonna get weaker now. That just happens when you diet. You just lose all your strength and you just become a weak fuck. And if you go into the session with that mentality, you're going to get weaker. You're going to get weaker. My girlfriend, right, she asked me, like, how are you, like, what's going on? How are you still getting stronger? How's this possible? And I actually just ignore her. I don't even listen to it, because I don't even want to hear the word, you're getting weak, like you're getting weaker. Like, or like, if there's a possibility that you could lose your strength. If you let that shit get into your head, it's gonna happen. So just approach the session with, I just gotta get stronger this week, or nothing's changed, I'm just eating a little bit less food, but still the same person, I've still got muscle, so yeah, there's no excuse for you to get weaker. So yeah, don't be a weak bitch. Oh. So I was actually doing it's almost like this cuff pull around thing, where you put a cuff up here and you come down all the way down to your hip. But I'm sorry if AJ's watching this, but I'm just fucking it off, because it was hurting my shoulder, and it's just too much. It's not necessary. Like, it's a last lat exercise, a little bit of like a finisher. So I'm just doing a rope pullover for the last one, just one set, and I'm gonna do a rest pause. Okay, so Rest pause is just essentially, I take 10 seconds once I've done my set, then using the same weight, I do as many reps as I can, and that's it. And then I move on to rear delts and biceps. It's too light, Ben. It's too light, mate. It's too light. It's actually my first week doing this, so I haven't got it written down in the old logbook, have I yet? So, oh. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Good. This is actually one of the exercises that I just don't logbook. I'm just not stressing myself out over chasing numbers on a rear delt fly. I'm just not doing that. So I have around about a decent idea of where I'm at in terms of the weight I'm using, but I don't write it down and make sure I'm beating reps. I just take myself to failure on this, and that's it. So if the logbook sometimes is stressing you out on like smaller movements, sometimes just bin it, just get rid of it, and just take yourself to failure. Preacher curl on here, and I've got this one first, and I'm going to go on to using the cables, where you essentially have the cable behind you, then you drag up. Rationale behind me doing this one first is this feels very heavy and hard to get the bicep short. So I need to make sure that my biceps is strongest. If I went and done the cable curl now, it would badly affect this exercise. I wouldn't feel as strong. Whereas doing it this way, I feel I can get a lot out of both exercises. So I've got 3 sets on this one, and then 2 sets on the cables. Biceps is simple. Just do bicep curls, a variation that you enjoy, and your biceps will grow. Combine that with eating, obviously, a good chunk of food. I think a lot of people like to complicate things and be like, this exercise to get like bicep peaks and all that shit. And it's just, there's only one way to train your biceps, and it's curl. Curl, curl, curl. And just, like I said, combine that with food and you'll grow. So, yeah, a lot of the time the problem isn't the exercise. The problem is your lack of patience. You need to have more patience with it. It takes time. So, yeah. Post-workout, back at the flat, and interestingly, my diet actually changed a couple of days ago when I checked in with AJ. So, a little bit less food in this meal. I think I actually mentioned earlier that he's taken away honey from my cream of rice. So, I'm using this bad boy here, stevia. But this meal is 100 grams this time, so 75, and dark chocolate again, 20 grams, whey protein, and blueberries. This time though, it's 100 grams. It's 100 grams of blueberries. So yeah, honestly, nothing too exciting. This is my 3rd meal. Meal 4 will be spaghetti bolognese. Be a spag bowl, prep style. And then my final meal is literally now just a smoothie. So it was oats, almond butter, whey. And I was drinking that meal because, like I said, I'm just not hungry. And Angel's like, okay, mate, you want to drink your meals? Here's a smoothie for your last meal. So my last meal was literally blended blueberries, whey, and almond butter. So a lot of calories without the oats are completely removed from that. So yeah, gonna eat this. Probably do a little bit of work, but not too much. I haven't got too much work left to do for the day. And that's it. Hi guys, so we're gonna close it out. So make sure to tune in next week because I'm going to be giving you a physique update and also a full day of eating as well. Just to give you a bit of a deeper insight into my food, but I really appreciate you watching the first one, and I'm very excited to get going with season 2 of Why Not Me. So make sure to subscribe. Any videos that you want to see, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.